Hugo, well played. Another goal for you. I guess most importantly, another win for the team. But does it almost feel a bit of a relief as you stand there now, just because the last part of the match was crazy?
Yeah, it was a tough game. We knew 2-0. I think the game was on our ends, and again, you know, we just put us on difficulties. But that's also been a good team to not concede when you at 2-1. So I think we kept the result, and that's a good thing. And we have to keep going. It's gonna be a long way to be confident and to go through each games and win.
Yeah, is it almost strange how football goes? You're 2-0 up against 10 men, you seem in complete control, and then the minute they score, I guess the crowd comes into it and suddenly everything just seems harder for you.
That's part of football, you know. Like the fans of the Spurs been unbelievable today. I think they pushed them really hard, so obviously it was a bit difficult for us, but we have our fans also. They've been great today. They pushed us, and yeah, we kept the result.
Yeah, and do you think with each win, maybe we'll see less of what we saw in the last 10 minutes where it gets difficult? Because after a bad run, I guess when you have a bad match.
Yeah, obviously, like when they score, we saw that they was pushing, and it was very difficult for us. But I think we had the control of the game. If we take like the totality of the game, we had the control, so we deserve to win today, and that's what we did.
To a degree, not perfect, but in terms of the performance and result, another small step forward?
Yeah, the difficult thing in football, that's not a difficult thing, and that were the worst minutes of our total game. I think if I can calm down a little bit and erase that from our memory, I think there's a lot to like also in our performance. And in the end, I've stood here many times that I liked our performance a lot, and we weren't able to get the 3 points. Now, for a large part, I liked the performance, and we have the 3 points, so I have to tell myself that as well.
The last, 10, 15 minutes did feel a bit like the Leeds game. I'm sure it did even more for you, but why in that part of the match against 10 and then even 9 weren't you able to settle it down and control it?
Because we didn't keep the ball when we had the ball. Kicked it away, throw it away, and of course, if it's 9, 10 or 11, it's hard to prevent the goalkeeper from kicking a ball long. And they went for the duels, they got a few free kicks, got a few throw-ins, maybe even corner kicks, I think. So yeah, it became very hectic and chaotic in the end. And the moments then when we had the ball, instead of just keeping it and making it big and play the ball from foot to foot, I think we lost it every single time after 2 seconds. Yeah, but again, the focus is mainly on the last 10 minutes till now in the interview.
And within hunting distance now of the top 4, Spurs' disappointment continues. Back-to-back defeats for them. They're sliding 13th now on 22 points from their 17. And it could drop again before the weekend is out. Well, let's start with the first goal that came at the start of that second half after a very disappointing first half, and it was the new signings, Daniel, that were making an impact.
Yes, they were, and for me, it's this pass here, the weight of it, the direction of it, of Ekitike. The run's fantastic, and the finish, wow. Obviously, the challenge injures Isak, and it doesn't look very nice. But you're thinking here, you've got time on the ball, it's a lacklustre pass, and it goes into him. But it's this pass here for me that sets them off on their way. And the weight of this pass, the run of Isak and the finish is absolutely brilliant. He'd be delighted. Wirtz will be relieved as well to get himself
such a shame for him to finish like this. One of his best moments in a Liverpool shirt, but then to suffer what looked like potentially a serious injury.
And you know what? There's nothing worse in football than being injured. I've been there, you know, throughout my career when I was playing. It's honestly the worst thing, especially when you're trying to build a bit of momentum. You're searching for answers within yourself. You know, what am I doing wrong? Then you get a goal and you're thinking, all right, yeah, now, and instantly when you score, something goes wrong. And
I think from Tottenham's point of view, where you highlighted Kudus as well there, and the fact, his reaction, your team has got 10 men. You're fighting for your lives, you know, you need to get something out of this game. They lose the ball, he just jogs back, he leaves Wirtz. This is now a running game. You can't have luxury players. You've got to do more for the team, and that's why we highlight him there.
What about the second goal, Jamie? Isak goes on, but Ekitike then does get his goal.
Goes back to being in a central position. Yeah, this is exactly where he wants to be. Liverpool now nice and calm, they're composed.
And Frimpong, of course, comes on.
Absolutely. You know, he gets in these one-on-one situations. We haven't seen enough, but this is his position high up the pitch. He's not predominantly a right-back. You can see Ekitike there. He's just limping into the box, limping. The ball then gets played in. I think this is a foul. I really do. I can't believe that Romero has not got a free kick there. You can see Ekitike at the bottom that he's limping. He's actually struggling with a bit of an injury. He gets himself into the box. The fact that it loops up.
It's all a ploy, mate. You know what I mean?
Daniel, what's your view on this? You think it's a foul?
I like the timing of the jump. I think the timing of the jump's what, you know, yes, does he have his hands on him a little bit? Absolutely he does.
Well, this is the clearer indication of that, I think, from this angle. We'll see. Does he have his hands on his back?
The timing of the jump, for me, is beautiful. Of course, as a defender, you'd be upset, but
foul or
the reverse is, I don't think it is, because the reverse is, as the striker in that situation, how many times that happens in a game, you don't get a foul, you know? So I like it. I think it's a very nice finish for him. But, yeah, of course,
and
the defender
he makes the most of it. But it's definitely... And then, obviously, the consequence of that is because he's furious, because it's been given as has not been given as a foul, runs after the referee. You can't bump into the referee like he does. He gets himself a yellow card, which obviously has a huge consequence later on in the match.
2-up, we think it's game over. But does Richarlison bring a bit of fire to the game, Daniel?
He always brings that fire, that spice, you know, and playing against Liverpool, the former Everton player, of course, he's going to have a little bit extra in it. And he's always part of the action, always, you know, getting involved in something. Finds himself in a nice position, and the finish is always a nice central area where you want to be, making sure you're ready for anything that's going to bounce around in there. And it was a calm.
He is definitely a pantomime villain at the moment, though, and when he does all this. Look,
but isn't it so unusual from Virgil van Dijk? Gary said on commentary when he goes to clear the ball.
No, I wouldn't say it is. I wouldn't say it is.
This season,
Virgil at the moment, not this season. No, I think this sums up the two of them. Konate and Virgil is just not that normal class and quality that we see. And then you can see. I don't know if we see what the angle is, but he runs in here. He gets Ekitike in some kind of grip as well. Look at him, look.
He's just doing something. What are you doing? Why are you choking him from the back?
Like a choke
There's no need for it.
No, there's
absolutely no need.
But
the rest of the game was played on this kind of edge, and I wonder if that's what Romero sort of got dragged into. He was left upfield,
he's not normally that sort of player, is he?
Well, he was left upfield, wasn't he, to try and win anything that he possibly could at the top end of the pitch, wasn't he? So that was his first yellow card.
I get it. Look, Daniel doesn't agree, and that's fine. I totally respect his opinion, but I think that's a foul. And I would
you shouldn't be bumping the referee, should you?
No,
anyway?
You can't. But obviously he knows it's a big moment in the game, and then this one with.
So can he win the first ball? Yes, he does that, but then he gets in a tangle on the floor.
See, yeah, you're on the floor, bro. Cool. I'm trying to get up. You're trying to get up. Why are you kicking out? Why? Give me a good reason why you've done this. There's not a single need for you to do that. Absolutely no reason at all.
I don't know if we can just see that again. I didn't see that first angle before, but Konate actually leaves a bit on him first. So he's actually quite cute because he knows he's not going to get caught. Can we see that, guys? I might put you under a bit of pressure here. Little bit more.
There's no need for
more. Sorry, Olivia. I know you're doing a great job here.
They're all
but this one here, but watch Konate. Look, he definitely lit a little bit as well. Just from there, that's great. And then, look, he definitely gives him a little bit of a knee. Just there. You know what I mean? And it's just like...
We'll get the microscope out and have a closer look later. But it does look he fell on him. But whether he should do that in front of the referee...
No, you can't do that, though. It's ridiculous. He's got
Spurs down to 9. And it felt like they were right on top of that moment. And maybe the next goal, if it was going to come, was going to go their way. It didn't happen. You can see more reaction on Sky Sports News and across our digital platforms. Liverpool held on to get a really important away victory. Spurs probably. This is why Xavi Simons was sent off by John Brooks after the VAR review. Is a tackle or challenge that endangers the safety of an opponent or uses excessive force or brutality, and it must be sanctioned then as serious foul play. And these considerations are speed, intensity, force, degree of control, or point and extent of contact. So, Jamie, Daniel, with that in mind, is this serious foul play?
Well, normally red cards ruin games, but not in this case. It's been that bad. I mean, the game has been awful, and Xavi Simons has just done something so ridiculous. Now, I just don't know what he's thinking. He's tried to add intensity to the game, show some aggression, but he's just got it completely wrong. Of course, it's a little bit unlucky. I don't think that he bumps into the back of him, but he catches his Achilles. And it's a stupid challenge that, unfortunately, constitutes a red card in this day and age.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. I mean...
But yet again, Daniel, is it one that looks a lot worse in slow motion?
It does. It does look a lot worse. And I've been the guy like a Xavi Simons who's trying to affect the game. Defending's not your high skill set. And you're trying to affect it, you're trying to barge into somebody or do something. He's just got it wrong in how he's gone about it. I don't think he's a malicious type of player that would intentionally want to injure his national team teammate, or he's trying to press, he's trying to show the fans he's doing, he's trying to affect the game. He's got it completely wrong.
Do you think as well that the way Virgil is with it, he's sort of enticing the pressure? And there was a very similar one. Well, no, the intensity of the one earlier in the season with Anthony Gordon, when he comes crashing into the back of him. But Virgil does sometimes do that. But look at this one. This is like, you know, that ticks every box for a red card. But obviously Virgil's involved with that one as well. That's a lot worse. Yeah. But you can just see there was enough in the other one with Xavi just for it to be a red card. And I really don't like to see players. I don't think it's malicious. As a fellow countryman, I don't think he wants to hurt him. Yeah. It's just a complete accident that, unfortunately, I feel just brings a red into
Obviously,
the game.
very different incidents. And your point is about Virgil dwelling on the ball sometimes. But he does it purposely. He doesn't need to see a gap or open up, but he does get caught at times. Does this put the onus on Liverpool now to go and win it?
Yes, very much so. They've got, you know, attackers on the bench, of course, who can come on. Maybe a formation change. Maybe they go to a diamond and bring on Isak up front with Ekitike, which would be nice to see. And they've got Chiesa as well. But I think they've now got to start to speed things up and more rotations and be decisive in the last third.
It's been a poor first half. There is absolutely no getting away from that. You're watching a Spurs team who are really low on confidence. And maybe as a consequence of that, Xavi Simons...
Tottenham were left stunned as Liverpool edged a thrilling 2-1 victory, with Isak and Hugo Ekitike stealing the spotlight in a high-tempo clash. From the opening whistle, the Reds looked sharp and purposeful, pressing aggressively and moving the ball with confidence. Isak broke the deadlock with a composed finish that set the tone, before Ekitike continued his fine form with a decisive goal that showcased his pace, movement, and killer instinct in front of goal. Spurs pushed back with intensity, but Liverpool's resilience and structure held firm under pressure. After the match, Arne Slot was full of praise for his side's mentality and attacking quality, highlighting Ekitike's growing influence and Isak's clinical edge. Ekitike, speaking with confidence, reflected on the team's belief and hunger to keep winning, stressing that this performance was another step forward in Liverpool's season. The result not only underlined the Reds' momentum but also sent a strong message to their rivals: Liverpool are firing on all cylinders, and their forwards are hitting top form at the perfect time.